Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Sisterhood, the deep, unspoken bond between women who uplift, support, and walk beside each other through life's mess and magic. It's not about being the same. It's about standing together, holding space, and reminding each other who we truly are when we forget. Let that land for a second. The reality is that midlife can be really messy. Our bodies change, our roles shift, our energy dips, and we can start to feel invisible in a world that still glorifies hustle and youth. Sisterhood makes sure that we stay seen, held, reminded of our worth, our power, and our wisdom, even when we're in the thick of it. For me, sisterhood is a health strategy, not a luxury. Now, this isn't just fluffy, hippie, woo-woo stuff. It's biology and it's medicine. So studies show that women over 40 who have a strong social support networks are up to 60% more likely to report better physical and mental health. That's huge. And we're talking about things like lower cortisol, reduced inflammation, better immune response, fewer hot flashes, more energy and motivation, improved memory and focus, and even lower risk of heart disease and dementia. That's massive. So let me break this down. When we connect with other women in a genuine, supportive way, whether it's through a group chat, a weekly cuppa, a retreat, whether it's a shared sweat session, or even me catching up with my surfing mates, our brains release oxytocin, which is that hug drug, the bonding hormone. And oxytocin acts like a balm for our nervous system. It calms the stress response and it helps regulate our emotions and even supports better digestion and sleep. Sisterhood quite literally helps us feel better, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So, what is emotional anchoring and that power of being seen? This is something deeply healing about being witnessed, being seen by someone who gets it. I know a lot of women at this age, they say, "No, I'm invisible." Well, no, we don't have to be. Imagine it's like you're saying, "I'm exhausted and I don't even know why." And then your sister says, "I hear you. I've been there." You whisper, "I don't feel like myself anymore." And she says, "You're still here. Let's find it together." Sisterhood reminds you that you're not broken. Sisterhood reminds you that you're in transition and that you're growing, not shrinking, and you're becoming, not fading. And sometimes, we need someone else to hold that mirror up so we can see it ourselves. This emotional anchoring is what helps us to ride the waves of midlife with more grace and less panic. It gives us the courage to say no, the strength to ask for help, and the joy of laughing until our ribs hurt. Yes, even when the world feels heavy. I know for me, my surf witches, the girls that I surf with, are so important to my mental health. And I learned this through COVID, where I had some moments of hopelessness. I thought, what the fuck is going on? And it was interesting to see these chicks that I surfed with lean in. We all leaned in and helped each other just to be okay. And since then, it's become this regular, it's a mindful catch up with each other to check that we are okay. It's huge. It affects us physically, emotionally, and mentally. So physically, our sisterhood is our secret weapon. And we know movement matters. So food matters, sleep matters, but connection is a movement. And it's the invisible thread that ties all things together. When you've got your people, your walking buddy or your group chat or your coaching crew or my surf witches in the water, it's easier to show up for ourselves. We move more because someone's waiting on the trail ahead. We eat better because we shared a recipe that works. We sleep better because we offloaded that mental load in a conversation. Our people become part of our wellness plan. They nudge us and they gently or firmly give us a kick up the arse with love, but they help us to back ourselves when we start to stray. They help to regulate our rhythm.
Have you ever wondered how your life could have been different if you'd had access to this type of content at a younger age? Look, this is why I need your help. I'm working to build the #1 platform that gives real and easy to integrate healthy life hacks and mindset to help you get well and stay well. This show only grows by word of mouth and new subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could click the subscribe button right now, leave a 5-star written review, or drop a comment below. Share this episode with a friend and I would be forever grateful. Now, let's get back to this week's episode.
They hold us accountable in the most loving, non-judgy way. And we're more likely to follow through on our goals when we are in community. Because we're not designed to thrive in isolation. Human beings are social animals. We just forget it sometimes because it's easier to withdraw when we're stressed. I know for me, I am a natural recluse and it takes big energy for me personally to be out. I am that shy girl. I'm the introvert and I can hide from the world way too easily. And for me, learning the value of community over the last few years has been priceless because I realized that we are wired for tribe. I never realized that when I was younger. Think about things spiritual, and spiritual is not, don't put any tags and boxes on it. Spiritual strength for me is about remembering who we are. That's a sacredness to sisterhood that goes beyond chats and coffee catch-ups. It's ceremony. It's remembering. It's the energy of women circling around the fire like we did in the past, even if that fire is virtual or metaphorical. When we gather in authenticity, we access a collective wisdom, the kind that says you don't have to do this alone. You're allowed to receive. You're allowed to rest and you're allowed to rise. In sisterhood, we hold space for each other's grief and growth. And we mirror each other's light and shadow. We honor the stages of womanhood from maiden to mother to wise woman and all the wild and glorious in-betweens. This kind of connection grounds us. I know it grounds me in our own power. It reminds us that we're not left behind and we're not too much and we're not done. This is your sign to lean in. If you've been doing it solo, if you felt like no one really gets what you're going through, and if you've been strong for everyone else and quiet about your own needs, this is your permission slip to reach out, to receive support, to gather and let the sisterhood be the medicine it was always meant to be. Because community isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. I only really learned the value of sisterhood in the last 5 years. I had been the lone wolf my whole life and totally cool with that. Totally cool with it. My comfort zone was to be on my own. During COVID, my traveling the world, my community, all that within my speaking world and that disappeared overnight. And I was lost at the start of COVID. And it took, I could cry thinking about it. It took real mindful energy for me to reach out for help. And my surfing sisters were there. They'll never know how much they saved my ass. But they did. They really did. And I want other women, I'm crying. I want other women to realize the importance of sisterhood. We don't get it when we're younger. But it's there. So if you are doing it tough, find your community, find your tribe, okay? You, the wise woman, you were never meant to walk this path alone. And I know it takes courage to reach out, and I know how important it is to do that. Sending you all good hugs and good vibes. You are the wise woman, and it's time to let others to support you like you've always been supporting everyone else. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.